Hi everyone, it's a Tiny Gamer, and I had a different video planned for today. I even had it all recorded and ready to be sent to my cloud. But then I saw this, and this was more important. So that video will happen just later. What I want to talk about is, and I just want to preface this by saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not turning into a news channel or anything like that. It's just, I'm a gamer, I'm a streamer, I love video games. I have friends who are streamers who love video games, and so this is important to us, especially since this is currently happening right now. It started at midnight from what I've been seeing. But let me show you the post that I made. So this is on Twitter, and it says, for creators and streamers, there is a section in their FAQ that specifically addresses your role in this. Basically, they encourage you to discuss and inform people about the strike and are not asking you to stop playing certain games. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. The Sag-Aftra news, Sag-Aftra members who work on video games go on strike. And if they said, if you want to know more, go to their channel. I have a tab open already. So, and I'm showing you this so that you can read along, you know, all that. So let me show you the web page. I'm covering up a lot of stuff because it's my personal tabs. Is Sag-Aftra, all one word. So you can just, not the dot, just sagafra.org/video game strike -FAQ. And so we're going to go down here, and this is for members, and you can read all of these different tabs. This is the strike rules for members. This is the rules for this is the questions that people are asking that are non-union and independent games. This is for if you're a member and wanting to do promotions, because San Diego Comic-Con is a big one. Talking about still member stuff, about personal appearances, conventions, and autograph signings. So it tells them how to go about it. Because, again, they deal with big conventions like Fan Expo. And they also talk about virtual signings. You can go ahead and read all this if you want to, even though you're not a member. It's still good, important information. Still talking about members, about solidarity actions. So I am not a member. And so it talks about the non-member stuff. It talks about the non-union and independent game producers, you know, answers their questions. Here's where I and my friends come in, for creators and the streamers. And I get a little emotional because I want the best for the people who create my entertainments. You know, they're good people, hardworking, trying to earn a living and trying to create something entertaining that fans will enjoy, talk about, etc. So this is where like I said, myself, my friends, my family members, and even you may come in if you're a creator or streamer. So how can I show support for the striking video game performers? The performers that you see and hear in video games help make the games you really love come to life. Unfortunately, compensation to performers has stagnated in real value due to inflation. The unregulated use of artificial intelligence threatens the career of professional actors in the video game industry, and members' physical safety has lacked necessarily protective provisions for too long. Basically, talk about there are some voice actors that go into the booth and yeah, they may have lines for hours and hours, but then some scenes require more crying, screaming, shouting, just so much taxing stuff that's going to wreck their voice. And they need protections for that too, because you don't want to be all into a game, all invested, love the voice actor for a certain character, and then later on down the line find out that that actor no longer acts because their voice is too shot to keep acting. If you love video games and the performers in them, please take a look at our list of ways you can show your support below. Share what's going on. I've already done that on X or Twitter. Sorry, slip. I just said it because it was right here. Share what's going on, whether you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, etc. Please consider letting your audience know why this strike is so important to the performers who bring the games you love to life. Need some talking points? We got you. Just email influencer@sagafra.org. Include hashtag level up the contract and hashtag video game strike in your messages of support and solidarity. And you can check out their digital toolkit there. Invite one of our game performers to join your stream or show and use the opportunity to discuss the strike and what's at stake, what I'm doing right now. Reach out to us at influencer@sagafra.org and we can help connect you with a performer who would be a good fit. Have other ideas? Reach out to us at influencer@sagafra.org and let's make it happen. Are creators and streamers being asked to stop playing certain video games? So this was important during the actors and actresses strike that was going on, because there were certain games or certain films, certain TV shows that were blacklisted, and you absolutely were prevented from promoting it, talking about it, giving any sort of hype or praise or mention, because later on, if you wanted to get into the industry, you could be blacklisted, just because they saw it as crossing the picket line. It is different in this situation, and I'll show you why. So are creators and streamers being asked to stop playing certain video games? No, not at all. We're not asking you to stop playing video games. In fact, the opposite. Please continue doing what you love, and any support and solidarity would be extremely appreciated. So they want us to play our favorite games on stream, do Let's Plays of our favorite games, and do reviews of our favorite games, but then also mention the strike that's going on and mention how we stand in solidarity with these voice actors, actresses, etc. You know, they're putting so much hard work into this, and they deserve all the good that can come to them. If you have more questions, who should I reach out to? If you have specific questions, we are always here to help you navigate. Please reach out to influencer@sagafra.org. And this, talking about developers, directors, engineers, and crew. This is for fans. So anybody, that's basically anybody, you know. Even if you're a creator, even if you're a streamer, you can still be considered a fan. So this is also important. Why should this strike matter to video game fans? Actors are workers. Game performers deserve to make a living under conditions that are safe and humane. Additionally, your favorite performances are brought to life through the artistry of human actors who improvise, tap into personal experiences, and collaborate with writers and directors to create a performance that only they could provide. No two actors are the same, and every performance is unique. Generative AI tools threaten to replace these artists with derivative, machine recycled performances. Yuck. Lacking perspective or surprise, AI generated performances will not carry the originality, pathos, or humor of an actual human actor. Like, it's not going to create the same on screen, like, personality and charm as, let's see, Claptrap in Borderlands, you know, the actor who does Claptrap, or the actor who does a lot of people's certain favorite vampire in Baldur's Gate 3. You know, performances like that. How can I show support for the striking video game performers? You can help amplify our message online using hashtag level up the contract, hashtag video game strike, and hashtag Sag-Aftra strong. Click here for a look at how you can engage in this fight. So click on there. Have another idea of how you want to show your support? Reach out to us at videogamestrike@sagafra.org. I want to see something real quick. What does a digital toolkit show? Okay. Okay. So here's what the digital toolkit is. Video game performers are stuck in a grind. AI is stealing voices and companies are hoarding profits. The future of voiceover and performance capture artists is at stake, but our fight isn't single player. Whether you're a gamer, a fan, a performer, a labor ally, or just someone who believes in fairness, we need you on our team. Want union protections on a game you're working on or have been offered a job in? It's not as hard as you might think. Contact our organizing team for more information. So, social media toolkit, click there. So you can show graphics, Twitch graphic that we can use, profile pictures that we can use. You can download those. Social media graphics. Story sharing size. So like YouTube, that sort of stuff. Okay. And so sample social media messages with these GIFs or with these icons. Video game performers deserve fair wages, safe working conditions, and AI protections. I call on the employers at hashtag level up the contract, hashtag SAG-AFTRA strong, hashtag video game strike. I support video game performers in their fight for AI protections and a fair contract. It's time for the employers to hashtag level up the contract, hashtag video game strike, hashtag SAG-AFTRA strong. Video game companies must offer AI protections to all video game performers. Join me and show your support for those who bring our favorite video games to life. Hashtag level up the contract, hashtag video game strike, hashtag AFRA strong. SAG-AFTRA strong. I'm probably, when I do my posting, I'm probably going to do the second one right here. Okay. Let's go back. So there's also a petition. It's on actionnetwork.org. slash petitions slash video dash game dash strike slash. If we don't get your help now, it's game over. Video game employers. The actors who breathe life into the video games you love are facing an existential threat, and that's why we have gone on strike. Since October 2022, we have been in negotiations with a convenience bargaining group, which includes Activision Productions Incorporated, Blind Light LLC, Disney Character Voices, Electronic Arts Productions Incorporated, Formosa Interactive LLC, Insomniac Games Incorporated, Llama Productions LLC, Take-Two Productions Incorporated, VoiceWorks Productions Incorporated, and WB Games Incorporated. After more than a year and a half of negotiations, it's clear the video game companies won't listen to us without a show of force. That's why we need you, our community of fans, allies, labor advocates, anyone who cares about preserving the human element in the arts we enjoy, to speak up. In an industry infamous for treating their workers as expendable, these employers seem to view performers as obstacles to their profit rather than partners who help make it all possible. The companies have refused to plainly affirm in clear and enforceable language that they will protect all performers covered by this contract in their AI language. They want to replace the artistry, imagination, and ingenuity of human storytelling with machine-generated performances and are banking on players not caring. To put it simply, to accept their provisions would not only put our ability to earn a living at risk, but fuel a race to the bottom for the quality of storytelling in video games. AI undoubtedly has its uses. We're not anti-technology. We simply want employers to provide the most basic protections against an emerging tool that has the potential for abuse. Please sign on to the letter below to add your voice to the chorus of those who support Sag-Aftra video game performers. Please note, this game is governed by Sag-Aftra's online policy, available at sagaftra.org/privacy-policy-terms-use. Okay. Okay. So this is basically the the letter that you can send to video game employers from, and then you put your name here. As an art form, video games are at their best when created with care and love by creative people whose humanity, talent, and experience brings our favorite characters to life. We support SAG-AFTRA voice and movement performers, and we call on the companies represented by a convenience bargaining group, including Activision Productions Incorporated, Blind Light LLC, Disney Character Voices Incorporated, Electronic Arts Productions Incorporated, Formosa Interactive LLC, Insomniac Games Incorporated, Llama Productions LLC, Take-Two Productions Incorporated, VoiceWorks Production Incorporated, and WB Games Incorporated to offer a fair contract that extends AI protections to all performers. We urge you to return to the bargaining table and offer an agreement that performers can live with so that they can get back to creating the games that we love. All right. And then going back. And then scroll down. Is this the toolkit again? Yeah, so it's the toolkit again. And then all those. All right. There is a section for podcasters. If you're a podcaster, you can go ahead and read, the questions that are here. Talent reps. But yeah, so this strike is coming on the heels or very closely to another thing that's happening in the video game industry. Let me Let me switch to my face real quick so that I can look this up without. I think it was this one. Yeah. This is the page I wanted to look at. So this is on PC Gamer. And it says, and I've seen this on several other sources, but this was the first source that I saw it on. Blizzard's World of Warcraft team has unionized. The entire 500-person team will be covered by the union. Okay. And then this is one of the statues outside Blizzard headquarters. The World of Warcraft team at Blizzard is unionizing, reports Bloomberg. Like a number of other game industry unions, the approximately 500 workers are joining up with the Communications Workers of America. The new union will be wall-to-wall, meaning it covers the entirety of the development team rather than just one division like QA, and includes both the larger Irvine, California team and the smaller team in Massachusetts. It'll be called the World of Warcraft Game Makers Guild, or WOW-GG. It's likely that the WOW-GG will be the second largest union of game workers in the United States, just after the 600-person QA workers union at Activision that formed in March. World of Warcraft senior producer Samuel Cooper told IGN that efforts to seriously organize the World of Warcraft team started in earnest in late 2021, following reports about Blizzard's scandalous frat boy culture. The effort gained further ground after Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard last year due to Microsoft's neutral policy on gaming unions, which IGN reports allowed open organizing without interference. This isn't an attack against our World of Warcraft leadership or something where we're like, we hate those guys, said Cooper. We just want to make sure that our voices are being heard and that at some point we don't end up as numbers on a spreadsheet. Because you go high enough and these people have never met any of us. None of the names mean anything to them, which is true in so many companies. The new World of Warcraft union follows the similar wall-to-wall union formed last week at Bethesda Game Studio, also owned by Microsoft. Microsoft's official neutral stance on unions at its gaming divisions, which came out of its effort to get regulatory approval for its Activision Blizzard acquisition, has clearly made the largest teams at Microsoft-owned studios fertile ground for labor organizing. In addition to the approximately 500 members of the World of Warcraft team's union, a second QA union under CWA has formed in Texas of about 60 people who work on games including Diablo and Hearthstone. The next step for both unions will be contract negotiations, which can take a significant amount of time. The leaders of the organizing workers say they hope to focus on pay equality, remote work, and workplace equality. I did not see the Bethesda article, so let's click to that. Bethesda Game Studio developers form wall-to-wall union that includes artists, designers, and programmers. Okay. So developers at Bethesda Game Studios have elected to unionize with the Communication Workers of America, a national labor organization that's also worked with Activision Blizzard employees on collective bargaining efforts. Unlike some game industry unions, whose membership is isolated to QA departments, ZeniMark's QA workers unionized last year, for instance. This is a wall-to-wall union, says CWA, and was formed by voices from 241 artists, engineers, programmers, and designers across 3 offices. It is the first of its kind at a Microsoft-owned studio. Bethesda Game Studio, which was spun off from publisher Bethesda Softworks, is the company most people are referring to when they say Bethesda. the Todd Howard led developer of the modern Fallout and Elder Scrolls games, as well as last year's Starfield. Microsoft acquired ZeniMax Media in 2021, a purchase which includes not just the two Bethesdas, but also a number of other subsidiary studios, such as ID Software. Earlier this year, Microsoft shuttered four of those studios, including Arcane, Austin, and Tango Gameworks. In the run-up to Microsoft's other huge recent acquisition, its purchase of Activision Blizzard, the tech giant strategically positioned itself as union-friendly. In this instance, it doesn't appear to have put up a fight. The CWA says that Microsoft has already recognized the union. The next step will be for Microsoft and the union members to agree on a contract, which may or may not go as smoothly. As a democratic organization, we seek to empower the collective wishes of our studio workers, having a safe, sustainable, and equitable work environment for all, announced the newly formed union, which is calling itself 1BGS. Having a proper seat at the discussion table allows us to turn those wishes into reality. The union includes developers at 3 Bethesda Game Studio locations in the US, a 4th BGS studio in Montreal, voted to unionize with CWA's Canadian branch in June. Okay. So yeah, that is what is going on in the video game world. And like I said, I felt it was important enough to talk about and make a video about. But yeah, I'm going to be working on posts and such to help this union going about. Because, as I've said before, it's been a long time coming, especially with World of Warcraft. I have been part of the Blizzard community back when it was Blizzard Entertainments, back when it was just Diablo 1 for the Diablo game series, and then there was StarCraft, and there was vanilla World of Warcraft, and just I was part of all that. I saw the company grow and all these other games come out, and the people that they employ work so hard to bring all this magic and imagination and creativity and talent to life. I mean, just look at a World of Warcraft or Diablo cinematic. And that's like a mini movie just right there. It's just so good with the graphics and everything. And so they need protection. And yeah, I stand with them. So I'm going to be what about the rest of you? Are you standing with us? I'm going to be working on putting these like icons and banners and stuff on my social media. And I really hope this isn't a long drawn out strike. Because they deserve all the best now. That's what they deserve, all the best. They deserve to be listened to. They deserve to have their fears and worries brought into consideration, all that. Oh God, I was going to say something else. But yeah, I'm so happy this is finally going on. I do feel bad because I used to be in contact with a few people from the World of Warcraft team. And I really hope, I don't know if Some of them are still around anymore. I don't know if they left the company. I don't know if they're still into the gaming industry. But wherever those people are, I wish the best for them too. All the best. Because they were good people, the ones I talked to. And yeah. All right. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Sorry of the when I did the screen share and there was just like black black blank screen above me. I'm trying. I'm trying to learn new techniques and such, and it's a process. But I'll learn it at some point. I'm learning, growing. This is like a new type of format for me to be showing myself and then showing my VTuber and then showing the screen. So I'm learning and growing with my videos. So yeah. All right. So that's gonna be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy. Share this video around. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Also, if you heard my fan, I apologize. It is so hot over here. It's almost 100 degrees. So I need my fan or else I would melt trying to do this video. Bye.